What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today we finally got the reveal trailer we were looking for, which shows us for Advanced Warfare's co-op mode, in addition to the multiplayer gameplay and campaign cinematics and stuff like that. I'm going to be walking through those, breaking them down, and get to the co-op trailer, which is at the last part of this footage right here. But first off, I want to say, obviously, we didn't actually get zombies. There is no zombies in this. Unfortunately, a lot of people were hyping up that there might possibly be zombies. A lot of people wanted to see it, and there wasn't really much evidence, but we never really know what we would get. There isn't zombies in this, but that is not to say that there won't be zombies in Advanced Warfare, period. There could be something possibly coming down the later line. Obviously, this is announced on Twitter first, and everyone's been talking about it, and I definitely pointed out the first thing that I thought of, which was that Ghost, this time last year, announced squads to be their co-op mode. That is what they announced to be their co-op mode for the entire game of Ghost, and what would be their answer to kind of zombies and Spec Ops Survival and all that. That is what Ghost advertised as what there would be in their game, and it was around this time last year, about a week from now, and then they kept Extinction, the alien survival mode, under wraps completely until about a week before the launch, and this could happen again. I would definitely, without a doubt, expect them to want to push this kind of survival exoskeleton survival thing that's going on right here before, if there is possibly zombies. There are rumours that there might possibly be zombies in Advanced Warfare. We don't know, but as I say, if you're hoping for zombies, it might not be over yet. There still is possibly a chance that we might see it throughout the year. There could be, there might not be, who knows, anything can happen, but this definitely isn't the end of zombies in Advanced Warfare. Anything is possible at this point. But to break down this footage, we've got some really cool things. An amazing look at the single player campaign and some of the cinematics. The graphics are absolutely incredible. They look really good, especially the character models, the faces, the animations, and like the little detail you can see on Kevin Spacey right here. It just looks really good, and as always, I'm going to be absolutely excited to play the campaign. I absolutely love every single Call of Duty campaign. I really enjoy playing them. I always play it way before multiplayer. I'd love to know from you guys whether you play the campaign first or multiplayer, but I personally love to play the campaign to kind of get a feel of what the game's like, kind of feel how the weapons shoot and how the mechanics are, and kind of see the story that the multiplayer maps are going to be set in. But the campaign is looking absolutely amazing, and we get some really cool and interesting looks at some of the mechanics we can get right here, as addition to some of the graphics. We can see right here, which is very interesting, caught a lot of people by surprise, a guy gets ripped out of his exoskeleton kind of like juggernaut suit by a grappling hook. We've seen the grappling hook before. We know that you can get to certain areas of the map by doing this. You can rappel yourself to a certain spot, but I've never seen it used like offensively like this before. There's a guy in one of the Goliath suits we've seen right here, and he literally, the player just attached it to his back and rips the human inside it out of the back, and it's a crazy cinematic shot, and then he slams his head down the ground. And that's one of the crazy things that we're going to see in the single player. Obviously, the grappling hook won't be in multiplayer, but it's definitely going to be a really cool option to have in the single player option right there. And then we get a look at multiplayer. We get to see a couple characters in the loadout screen. This guy right here is very interestingly decked out in a very cool mask. This one is called the Head Hunter. Michael Condrey has announced that this is called the Head Hunter mask or gear, and as you can see, it's a very cool looking mask, and he's got blood like splattered all over him. I think that's a unique kind of top he's wearing that must be covered in blood, and he's got the 2 XMGs as well. And he said that you unlock this mask by doing a headshots challenge in game. I'm not sure whether he meant you need to get a certain amount of headshots in one game, so there might be a challenge like get say 25 headshots in one game, which would be very difficult, or maybe it's say like 300 500 headshots in total and you unlock this. But nevertheless, a very cool mask right there. I can't wait to unlock that. And there's lots of multiplayer gameplay right here, lots of maps we haven't seen before, and lots of kind of angles. I want to say that the maps look absolutely incredible. There's so much color and variety. Like, I personally, as I've said lots of times this channel, I love maps that are colorful, vibrant, and really interesting, and these maps just look absolutely amazing. I said it on Twitter, but the color in these maps look absolutely amazing. You can see this one right here, which is called Green Band, and this takes place and looks like a very close quarters map, and again, lots of very interesting kind of close quarters action going on right here. And obviously the exosuits, you can jump all around them, and here we can see another colourful map. This looks very strange, and you can see a guy get stuck in the head with a spike kind of drone. I believe that's the new throwing knife in this game. And you can see another map right here. This is called Horizon. This is a snow map, and the name of this map is called Horizon. The guy right here that just got killed is wearing a really cool mask. I just want to point out, it looks almost like Iron Man, and I definitely want to see how you can unlock that mask. It looks very interesting. And again, we can see right here with a Bal 27 with a thermal sight on it. We've seen these weapons before, and this map, and then we can see another brand new new map. We haven't got the name for this one, but again, it looks very bright and very cool. And then we can see an interesting feature. This is a map. We didn't actually say what the map was called, but all we know is that it's set in Detroit, and this features a dynamic map event which you can control this kind of like a mounted weapon that's on top of a sky rail, and you can actually take control of it and use it to kill people. Obviously, it's a map-based turret score streak, which is very, very interesting, and that's one of the examples of how the map can be dynamic. I believe you run those out of score streaks. And finally, we're going to get onto the co-op mode and what's going on here. It's essentially survival mode, or the kind of like Spec Ops we had in Modern Warfare 3, which is pretty cool. Obviously, it's not zombies. It's very hard to kind of replicate what Treyarch have done with zombies. That's been in the works for a very, very long time, but this is honestly looking really exciting. Obviously, it's not going to be zombies. They're not trying to make it, but again, as I said, there could possibly be zombies down the line. They might innovate it into this somehow. There might be a secret mode they haven't told us yet, but this is essentially your survival against lots of waves of enemies. And as you can see right there, dogs are returning. You can see the first model of a dog right there, which is pretty interesting. I'm not sure if there'll be a multiplayer. They haven't been announced as any kill streaks, and I doubt we'll be seeing the Riley guard dog thing coming back, but I think they will play quite a big part in the Exo survival kind of game mode, where there will be hordes of dogs coming after you in addition to the enemies, and they progressively get more powerful, they get more intelligent, they use better weapons, and obviously they'll come after you at kind of greater numbers. And you can see right here that there is a guy in an exoskeleton suit, a larger one, the Goliath, and there'll be waves of these guys coming at you as well. And then later on, the enemies start getting even more clever. They start having visibility cloaks, the cloak that we've seen in multiplayer before. They start having those on, and they also start having the exoskeletons. They'll be jumping around, and they might like be smashing you, and they'll be using their exo abilities. They're probably going to be very difficult to shoot, but it all gets very, very intense, and I can expect an experience very similar to the Modern Warfare 3 survival mode, or the kind of Spec Ops mode where you have to survive against hordes of enemies. But let me know your thoughts of this in the comment section below. Obviously, it isn't the zombie reveal we were all kind of hoping for, and but it is promising to a very exciting campaign, multiplayer, and this Exo survival does look pretty interesting. I'm not sure how fun it will be. Obviously, I have to play it myself, but it does look pretty cool, and they've done a few new innovations. One thing that I do want to point out is that they have added kind of an infinite round mode, so this isn't going to like finish at round 20 or so like Spec Ops Survival did. You can play this until any round you want to if you like, and I believe Mark Condry said that the development team, the highest round they've gotten to is 60, so that is definitely a challenge. High rounds are definitely going to be returning, and you can see how high you can get to, and I believe there are some options where it can end at level 20. You can go through each map, but you can also play on these modes which are infinite, will never end, so you can see if you can get the highest round. But leave your thoughts about this in the comment section. Always love to know what you guys are thinking about this and your opinions. Do give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this information, and if you're excited for this, and of course follow me on Twitter and subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with all the latest news. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.